Work hard, play hard, homeboy, everybody ain't calling out. Got a mouthpiece from the southeast, if you want scrap, stall him out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I feel good, man, I'm balling out. I'm a rich man with a rich fam, Christ bars got me out of mama house. And I bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace. Big God, big grace. Big God, big grace. Big God, big grace. Bless God, give thanks. Bless.
What's going on, y'all? It's your partner looking oh so fresh, cold, clean. You see that thing, baby? Take that damn picture for your mama and them. And guys, welcome to the Countermove podcast, where we look at life from a wise perspective. We take certain situations, whether it be economically as well as socially, lean and reason together, guys, and then prescribe the right solution. So again, I said up front, if you're looking for a debate, hit that X button and go and get up out here. If you want to grow in wisdom, knowledge, understanding, holla at your partner. But guys, today we're going to dive into a topic, man, that I brought up about in 2021 when I was first entering into the social media platform standpoint. And it was centered around the CBDC, which is Central Banking Digital Currency, guys. And I let people know up front that the Fed coin is coming. There was all the big raise on cryptocurrency, things of that nature. And I was told that I was a fearmonger. I didn't know what I was talking about. You know, all the stuff. It's all good, baby. I can take the criticism. Ain't no thing. I just said, guys, just wait and see. Be patient. Well, guys, I got some news, guys. The Fed coin system, it is here. You don't believe me, do you? Let me say it again with my chest for the folk in the back row. The Fed coin system is here, all right? And what is this initial system called that they're rolling out? I'm glad you actually asked, guys. It's called Fed Now. So let's dive into what this Fed Now system is, guys. And I want you guys to listen intensively to what it is, okay? So get your pen and pads out and listen. You may need to watch this over again, all right? But it's here, all right? And I want you to see exactly what it is, and it rolls out July of 2023 this year. That's a couple months from now, right? So let's dive into this, guys, all right? Let's see what's going down. Here we go. Let's see what the deal is. Let's go.
I found something yesterday interesting. It's called Fed Now.
Fed Now.
Here's how it works. Cut one.
Here we go.
Today, people and businesses expect to make and receive payments at the click of a button any time of the day, every day of the year.
Okay.
And most expect their financial institutions to offer or support payment services that meet the speed and convenience they seek. In fact, 3 in 4 businesses and 2/3 of consumers surveyed think it's important that their bank or credit union offer faster payments.
Right.
Financial institutions interested in meeting these demands can use the Federal Reserve's upcoming FedNow service to build innovative payment offerings that can help them retain and attract customers.
Not your bank, the Federal Reserve. Let's keep listening.
Avoid losing out to the competition. With the FedNow service launching in 2023, the time to start preparing is now.
Right.
2023. That's this year, right? Yes, sir. Let's see how this thing works. Let's go.
What can financial institutions do to get ready?
That's your banks.
A bank or credit union should first get a sense of the demands and trends in the market. Let's take a look at how one financial institution might do this.
Okay.
Meet Jill, the
Hi,
CEO
Jill.
of Community Bank.
Oh.
Jill keeps a close eye on Community Bank's customer retention rates. She was surprised to see new research showing that nearly 2/3 of businesses and 1/3 of consumers indicated they would factor access to faster payments into future decisions on whether to switch financial institutions.
Dumb polls are they taking?
Jill and her team looked at their own customer transactions and discovered an increasing number of customers moving funds to alternative payment services, such as digital wallets and mobile payment apps. This corresponded with a noticeable decline in customers' deposits and accounts at Community Bank. They knew they had to take action.
Take action.
Jill and team reviewed FedNow education tools and resources to understand how the service will work and how to prepare for it. They also learned about instant payment use cases, including account-to-account transfers, bill pay, and person-to-person transactions.
Stop.
These
Just a
resources.
second. So the FedNow. The FedNow system, is taking applicants beginning next month, and they're launching this July.
What you say
for your independence, for your freedom, for your security, for your benefit.
For your benefit.
And so now you can go to one of these banks. You might meet Jill. Did I introduce you to Jill from Community Bank?
My man.
Jill's done a survey, and she found people want, access to their money quickly.
2/3 of consumers believe their money should be available at the bank when they go. Good poll.
Okay, so what is Jill doing?
Come on.
Jill's going to the Fed and saying, can we have your non-blockchain system?
Blockchain. Don't that sound familiar? Like, cryptocurrency. I told y'all it was coming. Let's keep listening for the folk in the back row. It's all good, baby.
And have it so we can give everybody a credit card, or a bank card.
What you say?
And it won't say FedNow on it, but it'll be the engine of FedNow.
Come on.
Where they just swipe their card and instantaneously they can buy something.
Man, he preaching on this one, y'all. Oh my God, he preaching. Let me get that man from the folk in the back row. Let's keep it going. He's doing the sermon. Come on now, Glenn. Take us to church. Come on.
Yeah.
What kind of futuristic world is this?
It's a crazy futuristic world. Flying cars. What's next?
What you say?
But it will be faster.
Faster, y'all.
Because see, right now, like if you go to a bank and you need to transfer funds.
Transfer the funds.
You got to go to the bank and say, hey, I need to transfer these from one account to another. And then they're like, oh, okay. Account number. And they write it down. Okay. And then you want to transfer it where? Okay. All right. Sign this. Okay. Then they do this really old archaic thing. They go, okay. Done.
Yeah.
Hello, it's the year 2023. We can't wait that long.
No, sir.
No, we need something faster.
Hey, hold on. Yeah. See. Since we're talking about speed, don't we have like online bill pay that we can do just that already? Don't we got that already? I could have swore we had that. But hey, I digress. Let's go back to the sermon, y'all. Let's go.
And we want it to go through the Fed every time we make a purchase of something.
The Fed, not your bank, the Fed.
What could possibly go wrong with this system?
Well, they want you to know this is an alternative.
Alternative.
For a Fed coin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's not the Fed coin. It's an alternative to the Fed coin. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're saying, no, we want you to know clearly. This is not to introduce central bank digital currency, a CBDC. No. It's
just the same parties. Go ahead.
This is an alternative to that.
Ooh, well, I feel secure. Don't y'all? Hell no. Let's keep going.
Why do you?
It doesn't sound like much of an alternative. It sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, don't.
Well, no, because you'll have a bank card instead. It'll be your local bank doing it.
It looks like one thing, but it is another. And also, Jill is a man.
Okay.
That's how the video ends. We didn't get to that part, but that's how it ends.
Okay, yeah. All right. Little bit of comedy. Okay, come back to you, partner. Yes, sir. So let me get straight. It's Fed now. They're saying it's not Fed coin. It's an alternative to it. Okay. But it's the same players and it's the same mechanisms that would actually implement it if there was a Fed coin. But it ain't Fed coin. Huh. Okay. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going for the folk in the back row. All right, y'all. Now, you know what, guys? Why is this happening? What's going on? What's going on with this, guys? Wait, guys, did you guys know that I found this out? Yeah, that was really interesting. There are other countries are introducing their central bank digital currencies. Other countries are as well. For real? Yes, sir, y'all. Y'all didn't hear about that deal with Japan and Brazil? And I had to do something with oil, you know what I'm saying? But there's something else going on behind the scenes with that too. So let's dive into this. And it ties into this Fed coin thing. And you're gonna hear a country that's actually already introduced a central bank digital currency for that country. Yeah. Let's go to it, y'all. Let's go to it and see what's going on, y'all. I'm trying to pay close attention. Hey, it's Glenn again because he's the only one talking about it. So let's see what Glenn got to say again. Let's go. It may be a little sermon. Let's go.
In the next few minutes, I want to talk about one thing that will impact your life.
Yes, sir.
Last night, I did a TV show on CBDCs. That is central bank digital currencies.
Okay.
I spent about, 3 hours yesterday.
3 hours.
Really brilliant guy.
Okay.
Very well-connected, well-connected in government, with government agencies, with banking, et cetera, et cetera. The guy's no slouch.
No slouch. Okay.
I was shocked to hear him talk to me about what's coming. Because what people think, what you think, because you're getting the garbage from television, what you think is coming is a recession.
Oh.
What your crazy friends might say to you is coming is maybe a depression.
Oh.
You'd be mistaken.
Oh, he said it's a mistake.
Those are lies. What is coming is a collapse of the dollar.
Uh-oh. Didn't I say this is going to happen in 2021? If we kept printing like drunken sailors? I digress, guys. I digress. Let's keep going.
You haven't had one of those. We've never experienced the collapse of the dollar.
No, we haven't.
Of the world's reserve currency.
Yeah.
This will make us Venezuela.
Yes, it will.
Make no mistake.
Talk to you.
If you want to be prepared, prepare yourself like people should have prepared in Venezuela.
Yes. Listen.
You can get all of the information on last night's TV show. You can either watch it as a Blaze TV subscriber. I don't know if it is still posted because we started with transgenderism. I don't know if it's still posted on YouTube, but it's definitely at blazetv.com/Glenn.
Okay.
And if you sign up for my email newsletter, you'll get all of the research behind it.
Okay.
But I showed you last night how the Fed is introducing the Fed Now back in coming up in July. It is officially beginning in July. This is exactly what India did. And
so another country did this as well. How they do it, Glenn? Let's listen.
India is now in the final phase, and they are introducing their Fed coin.
What you say, Chuck?
So do not listen to the lies. The Fed coin has its own problems. It's all about security. It's the end of your freedom.
Yes, it is.
And you have to be aware because soon, I don't know when, but it will happen overnight.
It will. Yes, it will.
Soon, everything will be collapsing and the banks will close.
Yes, they will.
And there will be chaos.
Yeah.
And everyone on radio and television and the internet will be telling you we have to do central banks. We have to do digital currency from the central. Do not believe that.
Listen.
The collapse is caused by the idiocy of the people who are now telling you, A, we're fine, it's stable, and B, That's a conspiracy theory that we're doing a central bank digital currency.
All right, guys, come back to me real fast. These are the same people that actually said that inflation was transitory. We have a roaring economy. We got inflation under control. Then came back and said, well, I was wrong about this. We have Congress printing like drunken, and the executive branch printing like drunken sailors, right? And then we have the Federal Reserve, Fed chairman, incrementally raising the rates. I think he should have went to the moon with it. To be honest with you, because there's so much cash out there, and this new budget by President Biden, he's wanting additional. I think it's between $6.7 to $7 trillion. They ain't stopping printing. So if we keep doing the same thing that caused this issue, what's going to happen? Come on. Let's think. Think. Keep doing the same thing, so expecting a different result. That's called being a moron. It's called being that's not wise at all. At all, guys. Just listen, guys. We're not done. This is one of them tough. This is one of those tough ones. You got to listen to this.
They're lying to you. And they're the ones who caused it. Please stop listening to the experts. Here's what's...
I got a question. Hold on, man. I got a question. These so-called experts, if they're experts, how are they always wrong? Huh? These so-called experts, your sole job is to do X, and you're wrong about X. Are you still an expert? Hell no, you're not. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect. No, you'll make mistakes. But when someone is showing the experts this is a mistake, and then you just say, no, it's transitory. No, it ain't happening. You're seeing things. And we see that you BSing us. We got a problem now. Come on, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Here's what's concerning today. Yesterday, Brazil and China struck a deal to ditch the U.S. dollar.
Wow. Let that sink in.
This is something that every expert for the last 20 years have said that will never happen. And
they're going to go experts again, being wrong again.
I said it will happen as soon as someone comes up with something more stable than the dollar. Yeah, exactly. Because everyone said, Glenn, you can't abandon the dollar. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It's the worst. Remember I used to say, but it's the floatiest poop in the toilet bowl? Yep. As soon as somebody says, hey, here's something not in the toilet bowl.
Come on.
The world will scramble towards it.
That's correct.
And will be flushed. That is exactly what is happening now.
That's correct.
China is putting a deal together with the world, with our former partners, the people we have dissed, ignored, the people that we have slighted over the years. And with this administration, all of our former allies are looking at us going, you guys are dying, man. You are not a superpower anymore. And the dollar doesn't have long to live. I'm throwing in with China.
Wow.
And China is building itself up as a superpower.
That's correct. They are.
And they are replacing our dollar.
Wow.
Once you take the trillions of dollars that are held by central banks in countries like Brazil,
that's correct,
all over the world, and they liquidate them, the dollar collapses.
Oh.
We become Venezuela with inflation that you cannot imagine.
Yes, and I'm going to explain it in a second.
This is what is happening now. Brazil and China just struck a trade deal. And what it means is when they used to trade, they would have to when China wanted to buy something from Brazil or Brazil wanted to buy something from China, they both had to change their money into U.S. dollars.
Yes.
And then pay each other in dollars. And then they could bring those dollars back to their own home, and it would be put in the banks like vaults, like gold.
That's correct.
They don't do that anymore.
Not anymore.
The petrodollar is over.
It's gone. And guys, the petrodollar, guys, was what we put our linchpin in to keep us as a superpower. Because if you want to buy oil on the world stage, you would have to convert, right, your currency over to the dollar and then buy the oil. That crap is gone now. You just heard China struck a deal with Brazil. And he's not done with. There's another country also he's finna to actually detail, and it's going to shock the crap out of you. Let's keep going.
It's only a matter of time. By the way, Saudi Arabia also took another step to join the China-led security bloc.
Saudi Arabia, guys. OPEC and them. It's real now. It's real now. It's real.
They are now in the SCO, which is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
Wow.
It's a political security alliance. It's China, Russia, India, Pakistan. You also have Saudi Arabia now, Turkey, Qatar. China is filling the vacuum that we have left because of the Biden administration. I'm not going to argue about transgender people and genocide because that isn't true and it's not important.
Boom. So, guys, let that simmer in, okay? Right now, we look extremely weak on the world stage. We, meaning the United States. Extremely weak. We do. Right now, we have a wild, wild west in the commodity sector. Okay, specifically in the oil, right? When you have Brazil now buying oil with China's currency, and then now you actually have Saudi Arabia also joining China's financial system, I believe is what he's talking about there. It's real. We're talking about OPEC and them. Guys, it's real. The petrodollar is gone, guys. That was the last bastion of control or wealth we actually had on the world stage. Because everyone had to use dollars to buy oil. Now, that's not the case. There's a reason why President Xi and Vladimir Putin, they're doing deals as well. And he said to Vladimir Putin, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he said that things are changing and things will be different within the next 100 years. The next 100 years is going to be a total different reality for China and Russia. Putin was very, very excited. It's real. It's real now. It's real. Now, why and how is this happening? I had to be very strategic on how I began to explain this, guys, because explaining it this way can get very political. And I don't want to get political. I want to stay in a balanced section, right? To give you nothing but facts, right? And so I think it'd be wise to stay with Glenn on this one because he's going to explain the Fed Now program and how it will end in the CBDC, Central Banking Digital Currency. Okay? He has someone coming on, an expert coming on, that's going to explain how this is going to happen. Okay? How this is going to happen. I want you to listen very intently. I will respond and then give you the counter move. but it's really wise for you to understand why and how, right? So here we go.
Is with us. Justin is he's with the Socialism Research Center at the Heartland Institute, where he is the director. He has been working tirelessly on stopping socialism. He was one of our main contributors to our Arguing with Socialists book. He is also my co-author of the book The Great Reset, and our fourth coming book, We're All Going to Die. I'm not sure exactly what did we name it, Justin? That was my working title for quite some time.
Are we telling people? Is this the first time?
I don't know. Can we? Is it? You know what? Check somebody.
You're the boss.
Hang on. Check Amazon. See if it's up for sale. No. You wrote to me something. Played these happy little commercials from the Federal Reserve about the Fed Now. Uh-huh. It's a new service for all of the banks, which will make the transfer of funds, whether you're out shopping or you're a business owner or you're doing bank-to-bank transactions, you just run everything through the Federal Reserve and it'll happen fast. And I thought,
yeah, isn't that exciting?
It's very exciting. Now, they're claiming that this is the alternative to a CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency. Doesn't really sound so much like a alternative as much as a system to run that on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is like Jason Buttrell, your head researcher, because he and I are now best friends, and we exchange emails all the time.
Yeah.
He's my best. He came up with this great analogy. This is like the drug dealer who's new on the block, and he's not just going to start injecting people with heroin. That's not how you sell lots of drugs. That's not how you do it. First, you get them hooked. You just give them a little taste. And then after they get a little taste, now they're hooked. Then you can start really pushing the hard stuff. That's what this is all about. Okay, the Federal Reserve is basically a drug pusher. Okay, and this is the start of it. Normally, regular folks like you and me and people in the audience, we don't interact with the Fed. We're not used to that. We don't like the Fed. We don't trust them very much. And so what they want to do is say, just have a little taste. You'll see. It's going to be great. Just have a little taste. This is a stepping stone to a CBDC. This is our first interaction to using the Fed directly so that we can become more comfortable with it, so it's normalized. And then after this, you're going to get a central bank digital currency. We already know this because there's a billion government reports talking about how they're going to design it, what it's going to look like, why people should use it, what the principles should be behind it, all of that kind of stuff. So we know a CBDC is coming. This is just the first step in that process to try to normalize people interacting directly with the Fed in this sort of high-tech instant transfer payment portal.
So we've been talking about the Uniform Commercial Code, which is
UCC
complicated, and it's usually nothing anyone should ever have to think about. However, they have included central bank digital currency as the new definition of money.
That's correct.
But money makes us think of money that you can take from the bank, that you own it, you get paid, you get to do what you want with it. But central bank digital currency is not really money, correct?
Listen.
Yeah, what's happening in more than 20 states across the country right now, and it's going to happen in all 50 states eventually, is lawmakers are looking at updating the Uniform Commercial Code so that a foundation is being laid for a future central bank digital currency, and not just any kind of central bank digital currency, but a central bank digital currency that is programmable, trackable, that you won't have any privacy with the things that you're doing with the CBDC, that it can be controlled and manipulated. This kind of thing is actually being written into the code. They don't use the word central bank digital currency, but they outline it in such a way so that has to be what they're talking about. So it's not creating the CBDC. That's not what this is aiming to do. It's just laying the foundation to make it easier to use it in certain kinds of commercial transactions.
So what they're doing, guys, is giving you a little bit of a taste of it initially first. Get it used to it, and then they'll usher in the CBDC. It's actually pretty much that's a pretty brilliant move. What they're doing. That's what they're going to do. It's very simple.
so people know, and this is what you really have to understand. This is not like Bitcoin.
No, it's not.
Bitcoin is such a danger because you get to do with it what you want to do with it. And the Federal Reserve is not aware of anything and can't do anything. You have the ultimate power with your money. Mm-hmm. The opposite is true with the Fed coin that they will be introducing, and this what makes it so dangerous. Not just the tracking.
That's right.
They will not just know absolutely everything that you spend, but Justin just said a key word that most people don't really understand. Mm-hmm. It's programmable.
Yeah.
Meaning it is programmable for the individual.
That's correct.
So in other words, if the government decides that they're going to, we need to cut down on fatties, then
there we go.
My digital coin will not allow me to buy fatty foods.
That's
I wouldn't
correct.
be able to go to McDonald's. I'm using this as an example.
That's correct.
There is not, anything in the works to do this. Mm-hmm. Except this is what programmable means.
Exactly.
They can program it. So if they say, you know what, nobody's going to work, you're not an essential employee, your coin will not buy gas. So you can try to fill up, but when you put your digital card in from the Fed, it will say denied. And you won't have any way other than that card to be able to buy what you need. It is absolute control of your life.
That is correct, guys. He's basically describing the framework of modern monetary theory. Have you guys ever wondered, come back to me for a brief second, guys, here real quick. Have you ever wondered, guys, to where inflation actually happens in two different ways, all right? Number one, you have the power of the purses with Congress, right? Normally, the executive branch, the president, gives a budget. Then Congress, which is the Senate and the House, go back and forth with the executive branch, which is the legislative branch and the executive branch go back and forth on the budget, and they come to some sort of agreement, right? What happens is, and then you actually have a fiscal policy passed, right? That the executive branch and legislative branch agree on, and they are both signed it. Then what happens is the Federal Reserve and the Treasury comes into play, and the printing presses go. On and on. Have you ever wondered, guys, why they continue to print and print and print and print, no matter if it's a Republican or Democrat House, Senate, or executive branch? They print over and over and over again. Well, and they're not really factored in the catastrophic. Actually, they are, but they are choosing not to do anything like that at all. They're choosing just to ignore it. Right? They choose to ignore it. So, guys, this is my reaction. They're choosing to ignore it. What happens, guys, is they're choosing to ignore inflation. Inflation is a stealth tax. You can't see it until it happens, right? That's how this thing works. This is modern monetary theory, MMT. These elites believe that they can print as much money as they want, and just exactly like Glenn just spoke about right there, is they can say, okay, this is going to cause inflation in this arena for this person and make it programmable. So let's say, for example, citizens, let's say in Orlando, Florida, we need to curtail inflation in said industry, right? And so when you go out and let's say you want to go buy a steak, well, it just so happens that day because of the program, it says citizens in Orlando, Florida cannot buy steaks. When you go try to buy a steak, and you swipe your card, it says denied. They believe that they can control inflation with this program, hence the excessive printing over and over and over and over again, if that makes some sense. That's modern monetary theory. You can print as much money as you want because the elites believe that they can control inflation through the Fed coin, or this Fed now situation, to where they can make it programmable. That's all this is about. It's real simple. It's very narcissistic. Didn't make any sense at all, but they believe they can do this. That is the reason why you have India, as Glenn talked about in the previous video, has already been in the final stages of their CDBC, central banking digital currency. This is going to happen. This is going to happen, guys. Printing will not stop. Will not stop at all, guys. And for another example, we've seen also banks right now, realistically, they are failing. You had Silvergate, which no one talked about. That was before Silicon Valley Bank. Then you actually also had a bank run on First Citizens Bank. I'm sorry. Then First Republic Bank. Then you had Credit Suisse. They dropped, right? Deutsche Bank, which is one of the biggest banks in the world, they began to get a little shaky. Goldman Sachs is talking about, man, this is going to be catastrophic for everything as well. Then you actually had the Treasury Secretary Yellen come out and say that they're going to meet the demands. They're going to bail out the banks even over the $250,000 FDIC rule. Now, they get to choose which banks that they're going to bail out, but what they're saying, once they choose, it didn't matter, they're going to bail them out. That's exactly what's going to happen, guys. Guys, here is the A and B scenario with the whole standard. Right now, the Fed and the Treasury have two options, and two options alone. Option A, as banks continue to fail, and they will continue to fail because the bond market and the Treasury market, the Treasury bills are collapsing, guys. That's what they're not telling you. The T-bills, Treasury bills, and the bonds market, they are collapsing. These banks are buying those Treasury bills and those government bonds. They own a slew of those things. The banks own those. That's the reason why the interest rates are squeezing the regional and smaller banks, guys. It's because of this fact, right? It's because of the interest rates, guys. You're buying a bond or T-bill at 2%. The Federal Reserve chairman, which he told everybody he was going to do, raised the rates, and now what's happening is you have people buying bonds at 5% instead of 2%. Well, those are actually only at 2%. The banks, they're underwater, so they have to sell now. When everybody knows that's a fire sale, so now they have to take a loss. So plethora of banks, guys, that actually own these Treasury bills and these bonds. So there will be more bank failures. Okay? And banks failures, in other words, for the Treasury to step in and bail them out. So the Treasury has two options: bail out the banks, or option number two is allow for the banking system to completely fail. There is no C. They can't stop printing, guys. There's only option A and B, and they're going to choose option A because that fits within the modern monetary theory, MMT. Now, do you see why they sped up the Fed coin implementation with the Fed now? They're not going to stop printing, guys. They're not at all. I can promise you that. So that's kind of my response, guys. So what is the counter move, guys? This was not to scare you, this whole thing. This is to give you the complete reality because we ain't talking about none of this on any network. This is what's going on behind the scenes, guys. So what's going on behind the scenes, right? What's the counter move, guys? I always say, guys, peep it, sweep it, and keep it. All right? What's the people situation? I always say, examine your current situation. Okay? What should you examine? What is backing your cash? The dollar right now is worth 80 cents now. $1 is worth 80 cents now, guys. The dollar is losing its value. And because they're going to continue to print, guys, it's losing more value. And also you have other countries ditching the dollar and now buying oil in their own currency. There's no more petrodollar, guys. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So what's backing your cash? Typically what's happening is most retirement accounts most likely are invested in government bonds or government treasuries. You don't believe me? Ask questions to your financial advisor. Ask them what's backing what you invested in. No matter if it's a fund to a fund to a fund to a fund, I can probably guarantee, based on my opinion, it's going to be attached to a government bond. So my question to you is your retirement upside down? What type of bonds do you own? Now, some people may say, well, I just buy a bank CD. You're missing the point. Yes, you can buy a bank CD, but those banks are buying these government treasury bills and these government bonds. You can't escape it at all. Begin to ask questions. Examine where you're at. All right. Number 2, invite in wise counsel. Stop acting like you know everything and you don't know nothing. Invite in some wise counsel, guys, and to rethink what you know about money. Because what you've known got you in a situation right now. Invite in wise counsel. Be okay to be a student and rethink and relearn what you know about money, guys. Right? All right. Number 3, I always say, continue to push toward the mark of excellence. That's the keep it section. Right, guys? Execute the strategies that assist in making your life better and securing your financial future, guys. It's real simple. Don't just observe and become a student and don't do nothing. Execute. Because, guys, in my opinion, quarter 3 and quarter 4 is going to be a bloodbath. Goldman Sachs is even saying that there's going to be a mass amount of job losses in the next 18 months. I agree with Goldman Sachs. Agree with them 100%. Because the printing is not going to stop. They can't. They can't stop printing. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. All right, guys. So, guys, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it, guys. People always ask me, Liddell, who should you be following, guys? I'll go ahead and put this in here, guys. Who should here? I'll give you a couple of guys that you should be following right now. I'm gonna type this in. This is kind of a bonus for you guys. All right. All right. Here's some guys that you should be following. All right. 1 second. I'm typing it in for everybody. This came off top of my dome, guys. So forgive me. I don't want. I want to give you guys access to the knowledge as well. And I'm gonna give you 3 guys. And of course, I'm gonna put my name in it. I ain't gonna put my name. Yeah, well, because it's me, damn it. Me, all right. And I'm gonna give you one other guy as well. One other guy as well. All right. These 4 gentlemen you should be following. These are friends of mine, good guys, know them well, always give good wise counsel. These are the guys that you should be following. All right. Patrick Bet-David and the Valuetainment team. If you're not following them guys, you're already behind. That is the best business podcast company in the world. Valuetainment and the Patrick Bet-David team. They're brilliant. All right. Number 2, Matt Sapala, good friend of mine. He has a podcast called Millionaire Mindset every Wednesday at 12 noon. And you can find them all on social media. Right? Matt Sapala. Brian Adamson, good friend of mine. We own real estate. We own some real estate together. We own apartment complexes together. He's a real estate mogul like your partner. Right? Follow him. Right? Because he's giving you a strategy that we actually use. And of course, your man's in them. You see it, your boy, your partner, that boy Dale, right? And before you leave, and take that picture before you leave as well. But follow us, guys. These are the 4 guys I'll be following. Well, 3 guys, of course, your partner, because you follow me already. But these 3 guys, Patrick Bet-David, Matt Sapala, Brian Adamson, as well as myself, Liddell Bugs. Holler at your partner. I'm going to plug myself because I can. I got confidence. Don't get mad because I got confidence and you don't. No, I'm playing. But anyways, guys, that's what I would do, guys. Follow these gentlemen. Follow them, guys, on all social media platforms. Right, guys? But, guys, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it, guys. I had another video that I was going to show you guys. But, hey, now I want to go in on how this is happening. But guys, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it, guys. I'll put the links in the comment section of where you can find these videos at and rewatch them. Rewatch them, guys. Understand what's going on. Rewatch them. Okay, don't be too proud. Rewatch them because quarter 3 and quarter 4, they're going to be bloodbaths. They are. All right, guys. So, guys, thank you for your time. God bless you and keep you. Oh, before I leave, guys, we have another show on the Truth in the Marketplace Media Company called Somewhere in the Middle with Suni and Mo. Guys, it's a phenomenal show, guys. Here's a little taste of it, guys. It happens on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. CST. Here's a little bit of them, Kimbo. Here's a little bit of them. Here we go.
Now we're about to get I went down. Facts on facts on facts. Hello.
Well, guys, that's Somewhere in the Middle with Suni and Mo every Friday at 8 p.m. CST, 9 p.m. EST. You'll learn something. You get entertained, guys. It's a good way for you to spend Friday with your boo thing or by yourself. But guys, you know how I end it every time, all the time, guys. Before you leave, and while you can, you see that thing, man, you see it. Take that damn picture and give it to your mama and them. Now say it with your chest and holla at your partner.